Hey family, welcome to the Team Make It Happen call. Right now, I'm coming to you from my home in Costa Rica, as you guys all know where I'm at, and we've moved the time a little bit for those of you who are in Europe, which is an amazing thing because, first of all, we want to just recognize you for all the times that you've stayed up or gotten up at 3 o'clock in the morning, which basically is not a convenient time, but you've done it over and over again. I've just been amazed to hear your appreciation, your excitement about what's going on, what you've gotten from the calls, and I want you to know that that will pay you dividends. Because as I was taking action on this we call it opportunity, but this movement, I had to stay up late, get up early. Usually it was get up early, and I would put on headphones and I would listen to the calls. I would listen to the audios of people who were truly free. And it was in that process that David Wood took me from believing that I was on the path to freedom in real estate because I was self-employed working 70-hour, 80-hour weeks, to really realizing, yes, there is an opportunity, there is a way always. When you believe in yourself, when you look inside yourself, there is a way always for you to be able to create systems, to tap into systems, to create a life of freedom for yourself. I love it how Tim Ferriss in the book The 4-Hour Workweek, he calls any of those systems that you set up in your life, he calls it a muse. And a muse in the ancient Greek mythology was they were these sisters who actually facilitated and provided opportunity for artistic and creative expression. So someone who's just got something inside of them that they want to put out in the world. But circumstances, life situations, money, time, those things that were limiting, I mean, it was very well understood that if you were to listen to your muse, which they actually viewed that creative process as something that you channel, which I also think is pretty beautiful. If you listen to that, if you give it life, then your muse, or whatever you believe, I personally believe in a higher power and a connection that we all have here on this earth, and a purpose, that we each have a purpose. But whatever you believe, if you allow that to come through you, if you allow that to be your bigger self, by connecting to the people that are doing it, by reading the books, by believing, that the doors will be open for you. So that's a muse, right? So I listened to David Wood explain how he went through this very same process, how he was living in a van, how he made a decision that no matter what it took, no matter what obstacles he had to get through and get over and figure out, that he would create a way so that rather than doing three-way calls and phone calls and just grinding, if you've heard his story, just grinding, that he would be able to automate it because he saw the power of video, he saw the power of using technology for Hangouts, he saw the power of blogging, and he followed what was already working, and then he innovated like crazy. But he laid a foundation on what was already working. But it's interesting to hear from him that one of the most important pieces of that, one of the most important pieces of plugging in technology, was when he went to an event and he met a guy who had a jet, who was different than all the other network marketers that he had ever looked up to and idolized and wanted to be like. Because David Wood started talking to him, said, teach me, I'm grinding, I'm willing to put in the time, I'm putting in the work, I'm working 16, 18 hours a day. And the guy said, why are you doing that? And it took him back, right? And he told him, this is what I do. I work 1 to 2 hours a day. And he didn't tell him not to put the time in. He told him to stop putting the time into things that you have to do again over and over and over and over again. And it shifted his whole reality. It was meeting someone at an event who shifted his whole reality. And that's been the same for me. So we've got this Charlotte event coming up, and a lot of you have your tickets. And I'll tell you, there hasn't been a person yet who's new, who I've met that's come in, in the last month, who has just said, "Oh my gosh, I got that. I got those days off of work, and I've got this open window of a weekend, and I'm just cool. No issue getting the tickets. I haven't had anyone say that, right? But what I've had people say is, do I need to be there? And the answer is yes. You need to be at the Charlotte event. You need to do whatever it takes to be there. And I've had those same people say, okay, I'll be there. And when you do that, you make life so much easier for yourself. When you say, I'll be there, and you don't know exactly how the door is going to open, you don't know exactly how the money is going to come forward, you just know that it's going to happen. That's the juice in life, right? That's where the fun is. That's literally defines what it means to be human. So you look at you look at an eagle, and you can say there's some things that bird was born to do. It was born to fly. It was born to be a bird of prey. You can look at a dolphin. Born to swim like nothing else. Born to play. Born to be fun. Just have that energy about it. What is it that humans? What is it that we are born to do? And this is one of them. This is one of them. This is one of the things that we are born to do. This is what makes us human. This is what sets us apart. Where we can't fly like an eagle, we invent a way to do it. Where we can't swim like a dolphin, we invent a way to do it. Because the Wright brothers and Jacques Cousteau and all these people who say, I'm going into that environment. It doesn't matter that there's not a way invented already. I'm going to figure out a way, and that is in you by birth. It's in you by birth. And it's a shame when we put that off for some reason, and it's like choosing to be an eagle that doesn't fly. So what I'm talking about is that ability to say, I'll be there, and to have it not matter that you don't know exactly how. Isn't that what set apart all the greatest people? Isn't that what made Martin Luther King who he was? See, some of you sometimes mistake, maybe not you, maybe it's other people, mistake leadership for the ability to say, I'm here, I've made it to the promised land, now follow me. That's not leadership. I mean, it can be leadership, but that's not typically how it works. How it works is you start from where you're at. If you're in a place of struggle right now, you start from where you're at. If you've got a vision and a dream, you start from where you're at. And you take one step forward. And what makes you a leader? What makes you a leader is that you take that step forward. That's what makes you a leader. Isn't that amazing? So right now what's happening is, hopefully you know this, we've built this incredible company, this incredible organization that has massive momentum. All these people try to build companies. They take off, they slow grow for the most part. And if you don't nail it and show in the first year that you've got what it takes to be massive, you're probably going to go slow the whole time. And Power Network has blown records out of the water, literally created success in a space of time that has never been done before in the entire history of the network marketing industry. And we've done it by not being really a network marketing company. We've been an affiliate marketing company, affiliate sales, meaning we sell online, meaning people can earn a six-figure income, as you've seen over and over, by selling a product and not relying on a single person passing up money. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? But the reality is, and you guys, I got to tell you, right, as always, we're going to talk about money, and it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee for anyone just because someone else made money. Just because you have this incredible system and vehicle doesn't mean that you'll follow instruction. And that's the reality of it. So what we're doing, and Adam may pop on here, but I want to keep this short. Adam may pop on, but he's in Europe, and actually they got their apartment broken into, and all their computers stolen. So they're figuring that out and working that out. So that's been a challenge for them. But he is flying still from Amsterdam to Charlotte to be with us, even though they've only been there for about the last month. Why? Because he made a decision that nothing was going to stand in his way. Isn't that amazing? So there's 3 things that are incredibly important for building your business. See, you guys probably saw me. I just did a hangout with David Wood. We hit number 6 on the leaderboard. And the interesting thing about this contest has been that it was based on not how many $25 blog sales we did, which usually the contests are, because that's the heart of success, is self-production. Is based on the number of people who got it all in. And so people have wanted to know why my success rate is so high for all-ins. And here's the reason. It's because when I started this, and it was incredibly difficult for me to do anything more time-wise and money-wise than what I was already doing to provide for my family and real estate. My mentor, when I asked her what I needed to do, she said I needed to get to the event and I needed to go all in. And you know, I never for even a moment stopped and said, do I really need to get all in? And do I really need to get to the event? I knew it was true. And I made a decision that I was going to do what she said. Right? Because isn't it crazy a little bit to hope and expect to get a certain result if you follow the course that leads to a poor result rather than the path that leads to a large result. See, here's the thing I want you to understand. You may be all in already. You may have your ticket to Charlotte already. If you don't, the tickets to Charlotte, it's already sold out beyond what the room capacity is. It's sold out beyond the room capacity. So now we're selling another 283, I think was the last number, for how many tickets we're still going to sell over capacity based on what we've done before and how many people we've gotten to the event before. So you need to get your ticket. Just get it. And just first you need to make that decision, I'm getting the ticket, and then watch the magic unfold as you follow whatever course it is, whatever adventure it is that life's going to take you on. But know that when you hold to that end result that you set for yourself, when you hold to that, then whatever challenge you have to go through is part of the adventure. It's part of the fun. But if you in your heart have any moment where you say, well, if it gets a little too hard, I'm going to let go and I'm going to lose all that effort that I put into it. That's painful, right? You're reevaluating, you're using so much energy if you have allowed that. All you have to do, right? Can you imagine climbing a mountain where you think that maybe the hook, that maybe the anchor is going to come out of the mountain? If you thought that the anchor might come out of the mountain, that is stressful, right? You'd be setting new anchors all over the place because you just got to make sure you're safe, right? But you decide how firm your anchor is set. It doesn't matter if you don't have your ticket, if you don't have your first all-in, if you haven't gotten all in yet. You just make a decision that you are by a certain date, and you set that anchor. And you make that determination, because it's up to you, that nothing's going to take you off of that track. And it's so powerful. See, so when I made that decision that I was going to get all in, and I was going to get to the event, I just got to work. And I followed an exercise that Dave Wood taught. So I listened to this audio, and he said that Donald Trump, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, all these guys that are in the world of creation, right? They create things that other people use. They create systems that other people follow. To step into that world, those people bring together other people. They bring together funds. They bring together the resources. They create the plan. They present the dream because they have the vision. And then other people come and they bring the money together. And so I did the same thing, but I did it for myself. So when I went and truth is I borrowed money from my mom. And to be able to do that, I went to her and I said, Mom, in my business, I need to learn internet marketing. I need to learn it. And I need to get my education. And so I didn't borrow it all from her. I had a little bit of resource. I told her, I need this. And then I went to a real estate client of mine. And the reason I did that was because I made this list. I made a list of 50 things that David Wood said. He said, make a list of 50 ways that you can come up with with the money that you need, and you'll see a couple of them or one of them that just stands out to you. And he said, you'll just want to circle it, and you'll just run with that. I said, okay. So I started on this list. I was writing it out, saw a couple that I could do. And then one of them jumped out at me, and it was to go to one of my real estate clients who I had brought investment properties to and tell them that I was starting this business and I needed to learn how to internet market, and I needed to buy some products to do it, and I needed to go to an event. And there's part of my mind that said, you know what, Ashley, he's not going to respect you if you do that. He's going to lose respect for you. He's going to know that you don't have the money. And I just said, you know what, okay, you know what, that part of my brain that says that kind of thing, I'm just going to, it's gone. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to pretend that didn't even happen, because I do not relate personally to the voice that tells me to not take action because something embarrassing is going to happen. That might potentially happen. And at that moment, I had this moment of separation where I realized, hey, that's just a thought. That's not actually who I want to be, and it's not who I am. And so I went to that real estate client, and I presented my situation to him. And the amazing thing was, he said, so I'm going to give you $2,000, and you're going to accept that as your full commission, and I keep basically the other $3,000. Right? It was just kind of painful for me. I needed that money, but it was future money, and I needed it to manifest in that moment. And I said, yeah, that's it exactly. And he said, done. And he pulled out his checkbook, and he wrote me a check, and he said, here you go. And he respected me from that day on. He respected me. And so I got to the event, and I got all in. And I'll tell you, we have something very special for you guys. We want to bring you into our inner circle, right? And I'll tell you, there's a difference between someone who's just gotten all in, or just gotten in, trying to figure things out, sees the opportunity to get all in. There are people who get all in, and there's people who don't. And there's a difference there, right? Now, we know a lot of you are still working hard even after that clock goes down to do that. And I want you to understand that the secret behind my success and the success of so many people is that at a moment in time, I made a decision and I made something happen. And those of you that are all in under me, you've heard me say, you've heard me tell my story, and if you've heard me say, just do whatever you've got to do, because I did, and I paid full price. And so those of you that are in the position to pay full price, congratulations, because I wouldn't trade that, right? That's part of my story, is that I paid over $5,000. If you go past the clock, then that's what you do too. But I want to focus right now on getting to the event, because those of you who are all in and go to the event versus those that are not all in, you're going to have a transformational experience when you come to this event. One, you're going to get to meet the people who are living the lifestyle that we're living, and you're going to meet so many that this becomes reality. Over a weekend, this becomes your norm. You can't meet the amount of people that you're going to meet that are living the life that we're living and go back and see what we're taught is the standard and norm in society, and continue to believe that that's the way that the world works. You're going to see that the way that the world works is through systems and controlling systems. And we happen to be at a time in history that you are able and empowered to control systems on an individual level. Where if you tried to have the same systems and structures 10, 20, 30 years ago even, let alone 50 years ago, it would have required a massive organization full of, even just sending emails, right? To send out an email message every single day to 500 people, the cost to connect that it would have cost you to send out postcards or make the phone call to connect would be hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's how incredible this opportunity is that we have right now with technology. But ultimately, it's about who you are. See, in some ways, the technology has surpassed the level of freedom that people are willing to give themselves culturally and intellectually. So you come to this event, and like myself, like every single person that you talk to, your whole entire reality will be expanded, and I promise you that something will happen where you will have a breakthrough. You come expecting a breakthrough, and something that may have never happened in your life, or it may have taken you 3 or 5 years to put the pieces together to have the circumstances align so that you could actually have that breakthrough. You're going to have it in this one weekend. See, when you compress time together, I look at it like when I used to work at a boys ranch. I moved from San Diego so that I could get something resembling more time freedom, because I was leaving for work in the morning when my kids were asleep a lot of times, getting home and my kids were already in bed. And that was heartbreaking to me, literally heartbreaking. And so we had this opportunity to pick up, and I could start my own business and move to Utah, and we jumped on it. Because I wanted to have more time with my family. I wanted to have them out in the country. And when I made that move, I was waiting for my real estate license to come through. And so I took work at a boys' home. And we had a wilderness program that was part of it, and it was an incredible experience. And I'll tell you, some of these kids were like, they just didn't follow the system. And they had the potential. They were powerful leaders. And so we tried to develop that in them. And one of the ways that we did that was through a lesson that required them to use a bow to start a fire. And I learned how to do it, and it's hard. It's hard, and one of the secrets of it is that you straight up cannot stop. You straight up cannot stop, and it feels like your arm's going to fall off if you're not good at it, because you don't have the skill down, the technical, right? And some of these kids would just step up, and it didn't matter. Their technique wasn't what mattered as much. It was just they just kept going, and they just straight didn't stop because there was just something inside them. They just had that type of drive, because they made a decision. I mean, you just knew they were going to do it. And then there are other kids who got up, started using the bow, just doing it, and then they slow down, or they would stop, right? Or the thing would fall out and they get mad, and then they'd get up and do it again because they had to do it. Those were the kids where we were in for a kind of a long slog, right? Because their arm would get tired, and then once they hit that point, it was going to be tougher for them. So that's what it's like in this business when you're starting out. And so but it's in a 3-day period, right? One of our newest team members, we were looking at the clock in the back office, and she said, "That's straight up genius." Adam, what's up, brother?
Sorry, I was on a call with someone who's working it out how she's going to get to the event. So
awesome, brother. Yeah, I was telling him that you're in Europe and that you may or may not be on. So it's cool. So You just hopping on? So I'll keep going where I'm at, and then I'm going to turn the time over to you, Adam.
Okay, sounds good.
So I was just telling the story about kids at a youth camp that I worked at who would make a fire with the bow drill, and some of them would stick with it, get it started. Once you got a fire going, you're money, right? You get the fire going, you got the coal, you still got to baby that thing for a second. You put it in this nest, you blow on it, it bursts into flames, you got your sticks already, you stick it in there, you got a fire going, and then pretty soon you got the thing going on its own. But when people didn't put in the effort, these kids, when they stop, because their arm got a little bit tired, and they didn't even have a spark, they didn't even have like that little bit of coal, just the tiniest little bit of coal to leverage, they were going to be doing it, rather than doing it for 10 minutes, they were going to be doing it for 2 hours. And it was very painful for those kids, right? So it's the exact same thing here, you guys. Use this opportunity to get all in. And even if you've been in for a while, you start your moment today going up to this event, because what's happening at this event, we've gotten to hear some of the very specifics about what's happening, and I'm telling you, you need to be ahead. You need to be with it. You need to come out of Charlotte. For us to try to explain to you what's going on, we're going to be explaining to our new signups, and it's going to carry over to them because we were there and we're able to teach it in our videos. We're able to teach it in our new member coaching, and it's going to spill over to them. But where's the major success land? On those who were there. But if you're trying to explain it to people, I wasn't there, but this is kind of what's going on. How are you going to have the passion and the knowledge and the understanding of what's going on to really help someone else understand? Because I'll tell you, this is massive. This is massive with the people that are already getting in. You can invite your leaders, your people from other network marketing companies, invite them. They're going to have a back room for people who, it's a dark room with a separate entrance. If they are coming in from a company like we just had, like when Stormy Wellington just came in, brought her whole freaking team from Organo Gold, like it's just crazy. Just blew up right to the leaderboard because she just brought all these people. I mean, the people that are in now, Eric Worre, which is crazy, the guy who wrote GoPro. Eric
Worre just got in?
Yeah, he's in Empower now.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's stunning, right? That's how big this is, guys. Nobody's done what we're doing. It's crazy. I mean, if you just got to run with us now. So here's the thing, right? You want to work this business and you want to get results fast. I mean, it's set up for you. You want to come in and make 10,000 in 1 month. What have you got to do, right? How many people do you need to bring together? You just need to bring a handful of people together who get all in, who get started on the products. And here's what's going to happen. People are going to follow your example. You can only attract people to yourself like yourself. Now, let me tell you that. Let me say that again. You can only attract people to you like yourself. So if you decided to be a fast action taker, no matter what it took, and it was a big struggle for you, congratulations, because that's the foundation of your business. So every single time someone comes in and they're like, they want you, they want you to tell them, like, hey, can I make $10,000 if I just, I get in at $25 and I sell these $25 blogs? Well, do the math, right? I mean, if you sell 10 new blogs, you're going to get like $200, which is cool. But if you can sell 2 or 3 or 4 all-in bundles at a massive discount and make $4,000 or $6,000, that's freaking doable. And I loved what Sarah Contreras said. I mean, I showed her the clock in the back office, and she said, "I see the genius." Right? Got all excited because network marketers are used to having things take a long time. It's just the way it is because the numbers are small. This gives people a massive opportunity to save a ton of money, get the education that they need, and create duplication within 3 days. Right? You bring somebody new in, and then you get to know. Here's one of the things that I love so much, Adam, and I know you're experiencing this too. Right? Someone comes in, and 3 things happen. Right? They get all in quick. They're like, okay, cool. So, like, we'll ask someone, so do you know what I need to do next? Yeah, I need to go find $3,000, get my ticket to the event, and get my plane ticket. Cool, right on track. You know, someone else, I need to go find the money. Then someone either gets in that 3-day period, or they're like, I am working on this. I want this. I don't care. I just missed the clock. I'm going for it. I just got a message from someone who just passed the clock, and they said, I'm not missing this opportunity just because of $5,000. Right? That's the attitude. So you get to know quickly who you're going to focus on and work with. Then there's another category, you guys. So this is what you need to do. If you want your business to move fast. If you don't want your business to move fast, then don't worry about what I'm about to say. If you want your business to move fast, let me tell you exactly what to do. Get all in fast, and then get your first all in fast. Because once you do that, if you focus on getting your first all in, one person that gets all in, who comes in at $25, sees the clock, and then you do your new member coaching, and then you tell them your story. This is what I did, right? You don't have to tell them about all the big numbers and results that you created, because you're new and you don't have them yet. People that are like you and are just going to take action, you're going to find the right people who take action, and then you get your first all in, and then and you have set right there the system. You've set the duplication for your business, and those are the 3 things you need to do. You need to focus on getting all in. You're not done once you get all in. You need to help somebody else to get all in, so that you have that success of a high ticket sale, of a $3,000 sale, based on a system. Think about this, you guys, right? Sometimes people think, we just talked about this, but they think, well, I've got to have all these big results, okay? But then you see, right? You see leaders in their advertising where they're saying, like, I went from working as a checker to $10,000 a month, right? Like that's an advertisement, right? Well, when you hear their story, it took them a couple years or whatever. Okay, but what are they communicating? Why is that ad so compelling and effective? Think about this. What they're communicating is, I was new and I had success. I was new and I had success. That is a drastically more powerful story than saying, I've been doing this for years and I had success. So if you focus on getting your first all in, because this system is genius, it's genius. It's a straight up genius. You focus on getting your first all in, then you're able to turn around. You can say, I barely know what the heck I'm doing, and I got I made a $3,000 sale. Someone came in and bought a $3,000 sale, because the value that these leaders have put into these products is so far beyond $5,000. Like, if I had to take the knowledge that I've gained from the Inner Circle, from the Costa Rica Intensive, from the 15K formula, from the master's course, I can just go through I mean, I could speak, we should do this sometime, but I could just lay out for you the breakthroughs, the insights, and the strategies that have translated literally into thousands of dollars directly, where I took a strategy, plugged it in, and it's turned into thousands of dollars. I mean, I know Adam could too. I mean, we could just speak forever on it, because these products are created by seven-figure earners doing exactly what we're doing. So if I had to give up those products, I mean, it's like, shoot, if someone had to like give me the money, I mean, if someone came up and said $50,000, not a chance. No way. What would I do with that $50,000? You know, I'd have to start over, try to find this all again, put all the pieces together. Not a chance, right? And you can buy it for $3,000. The value is so ridiculous that you don't have to put it on you. Your responsibility is to be the one who took action. Your responsibility is the one to be the one who took your situation. If you're struggling or whatever it is, you took action, you made it happen. That's your leadership. Then you let the products teach, so that it's not all on your shoulders. So it's not taking your time. That's how and why this creates time freedom. So those are the three things that you need to do. You want the straightest path to 10K a month in this business, even if it's 5K a month in this business. You get all in, you get an all in, and you get to this Charlotte event. Adam, what do you think of all that? Will you lay your wisdom on us, brother?
Man, you are on fire. I just agree with all of it. I can't say it better than you just did. And that really is, it's simple. Don't we all? I mean, don't you love simple? Simple is so much better. It's so simple. And I like it. I really like it too, because what we learned, you know, Ashley and I were at the last event. They did a training on team building, and they talked about how, you know, the wrong way that people tend to try and build their businesses. I've even been guilty of this for a while in my business, is, you know, hand holding and feeling like you got to be the magic in your business in every aspect, you know, and really coaching, you know, one-on-one with people and doing all of that stuff, and all the stuff that traditional network marketing teaches, like doing three-way calls, doing home meetings, all that. That's not really leveraged. The best way to build your business and to inspire action in your team is to challenge your team. Is to lead, set examples by producing results, and then challenge your team. That's what we're really doing here, is we're challenging you to it's simple, right? But it is a challenge, you know, because we respect that people are coming from different situations. You can look at your financial situation and your circumstances, and you can let those things dictate your life, or you can decide that those circumstances are no longer going to dictate your life, and you're just gonna do whatever it takes to get all in, which in the grand scheme of things is not a large investment. I mean, Empower Network is firmly in the education niche, right? Empower Network sells absolutely incredible transformational education. It's the education that I fully attribute to my freedom that I have right now, traveling the world, living my dream, traveling the world, going to amazing places. Today we put on the orange. We went and hung out with in Utrecht, in this town in the Netherlands, and celebrated with all the Holland folks, because Netherlands won again in the World Cup. Right? Our life has become this really epic, awesome adventure, and we can do it because of what we learned in this education. I spent my college education costed, like, I don't even know, it was like $60,000 or more, right? And I can tell you that there's more education that's truly liberating, that will set you free in this education. It's not even close. It's not even close. The Empower Network education was so much more valuable to my life and my well-being. It really was. So honestly, there's no price tag that's fair for this education. It's not a lot of money. if you're in a place right now where you're looking at it and you're viewing it as a lot of money, the real issue that you can conquer right now, the issue isn't that the money is not the issue. It's not a lot of money. The issue is that you maybe right now see it as this big challenge. That's the issue, and it's you have to decide you're going to do whatever it takes. You're going to get it all in, and as Ashley said, like, because we really want to lead the right way. David Wood teaches this. It was such a privilege to be there in New Orleans when he was teaching this way. He was saying the right thing to do when you teach as a leader is to challenge people. Like, so right now, what Ashley and I are doing is challenging you to just do whatever it takes to do these 3 simple things. Get all in, so you have the education. All right, we're not simplifying it like this just to make it simple. Any 3 simple things. It's these 3 things for a reason. Get in, so you have the education that you need. Get to the event so you can get around the energy of entrepreneurs. Listen, it's really hard to get around in your day-to-day life. I know it. Speaking to so many of the people on my team, in network marketing in general, it's really hard. It can be really hard on your day-to-day life to surround yourself with people who are like myself, like Ashley, our leaders, are actually making this shit happen. So you have to get to events. You need to surround yourself with people like us. We need to surround ourselves with the leaders. We recognize that. That's why I've never missed an event. I've been to every single Empower Network event. So that's the second thing. And then you need to go out and get someone. We know that challenging you is the best thing we can do for you right now. Go out and get someone else to do those 3 things. That's what you need to do. And like Ashley said, you've just laid forth. When you do those 3 things, you've set in motion the duplication you need. You're being a leader. You will inspire action, like from setting the example yourself and being a leader that way. You don't have to be the magic in your business. You can then direct them to the education. Everything we learn to generate leads, to build an audience, to get traffic, to the team building concepts we've learned is in these products. And we're experts because we invested in the education, we've consumed it, and now we're applying it. So you just need to do those 3 things now. Ashley, you got me pumped. I'm so excited to see you.
Yeah, you too, brother. I know, Adam and I had the opportunity to be basically neighbors in Costa Rica and work together face to face. And we had crossed paths on the internet, but it is just always powerful. Ultimately, we're using the internet, but ultimately it's about us getting to meet together one-on-one, together as a tribe and as a family. Because I'll tell you this, I look at my business, Adam, I know we've talked about this specifically. I can literally tell, I can literally feel good and tell that I am on track in my life because of the people that I'm attracting to my team that want to join with me. Like I look at you guys and your circumstances and your beliefs and your vision and your hearts and this community that we've created, and that it spans the entire globe. And I look at Ji Young coming from Korea for New Orleans, and now coming again, flying across the entire globe. We've got people on our team across the entire planet. And there's something special happening here. There's something special happening, obviously, in Empower, but there's something special happening here in our worldwide family, and I'm really grateful to be a part of it. And like Adam was saying, our heart is so focused. Jamie and I, our focus so much was on getting here and fulfilling this, and now I'm surfing every single day. We're here. I mean, we're in the tropics. It's so beautiful. It's so alive here. It's so tranquilo. The people, it's just like chill. To live in a place where people greet each other by saying "pura vida," but that's a greeting, pure life. It's not amazing. Like culturally, that's the way people greet each other and say goodbye to each other. Is just, it's we're in a special place on the planet. We made it here, and now we look at the roles evolve, and so now we see you here working hard to make your dream happen, to be where you want to be, to be living what you want to live, to live your vision, your version of the pure life. And that may be like Paul Hutchings, just paid off he's a young guy. He's in his early 30s, right? Owns his house completely because world travel wasn't what he wanted to do. It was pay off my house and put my roots in. That was his vision. And every single one of us here have something special that we want to do. That's your vision, something that you want to do. And we're here to help facilitate that for you. But we want to do it for you the right way, like Adam was saying. And so that is by challenging you. So we have incredibly special things in our elite inner circle for those of you who accomplish this, who get all in before Charlotte, who get someone all in under you before Charlotte, and who get to Charlotte. We have a very special elite mastermind for you to be a part of with us, with special trainings, special hangouts that we're doing, and just really, there's the truth is being in more of a leadership circle and in a leadership capacity, you've positioned your business that way because some of you have a mindset of hopefully it happens, right? I'm going to get all in and I'm going to work hard, but hopefully someone else gets all in. And you can work hard, but this is a huge takeaway for you listening to this, okay? You can work extremely hard saying, hopefully it happens, or you can work extremely hard saying, it's going to happen no matter what, because I'm going to work and I'm going to put everything I've got, I'm going to put my entire heart, I'm going to put my full self, my full commitment into this happening, and you're going to have a different result. Because the reality is, games are won in inches, in seconds. It's the little moments. It's the little things that you should do. It may be a phone call to someone who's been popping in your head. It may be doing your first hangout or your first video, right? Video puts you on a level of rapid reproduction that nothing else will, but maybe that's what you need to do. And the difference between the person saying, I'm going to work hard, but hopefully, and I'm going to work hard and make it happen, the choices and the decisions you make are different. So we know that those of you who do get your all in, right? Someone might watch a replay of this and it's 2 or 3 days before the event. It may be the day of the event. I was on a coaching call and the person that I was talking to, a husband and wife, the first thing they said when I told them about Charlotte was, okay, we know someone in Charlotte. They started talking about getting them to the event. Started talking about the people they could get to the event because they understand. And that's what's happening right now is that, there could not be anything in the entire, there could not be a course of action that would cause a bigger level of massive growth than an influx of the people who understand what it means to think like a leader. Thinking like a leader is when somebody says there's an event you have to get to, when you step into a new business and your first thought is, who am I bringing with me? You're going to get different results. You're going to get bigger results, and it is purely a decision. Right? So much like the easy parts of this business, which are also the most difficult, are the parts where you do or you don't make a decision, because no system can do that for you. But when you make a decision, you're going to be the one who succeeds. So we know that there's a difference between the person who gets all in and the person who doesn't get all in, and there is a difference between the person who gets someone all in and the person who doesn't get someone all in, and there's a difference between the person who gets to the event and the person who doesn't get to the event. Now, we're not saying better or worse, right? We're not saying the person who succeeded or failed. You know what I mean? We're just saying there's a difference. There's a different course. There's a difference between. It's just different. You know what I mean? And it comes down to speed. It comes down to the speed with which things happen. And Adam and I have learned recently. We made, remember this, Adam? We made a conscious decision something like 4 months ago, where Adam and I said, for our team, we're going to focus up. Do you remember that, Adam? You still here, Adam? So we made a decision and said, we're going to focus up, meaning.
While he's coming back here. Ash?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You cut out just as you were going to talk, just as soon as you were going to say your conscious decision.
Oh, yeah, I told the secret. Well, I'll tell you again in Charlotte.
Okay. No, go ahead. I don't know how long you were just out for like 20 seconds.
So we had a conversation where we were sitting and talking, and we said, we're going to focus up.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, totally.
For our team, for you, rather than focus our energy in holding hands and hand holding, right? Because it's like, okay, we got a big organization. I'm going to hold this person's hand. I'm going to hold this person's hand, and while I'm focusing on this person, try to focus on this other person, and let's try to. We decided.
It doesn't duplicate. Yeah,
no. You can't. It's not scalable. So we made a conscious decision. We said, what do we do about it, right? This is when Team Make It Happen just started on our rise and hasn't slowed down since. We said, this is our time. We need to focus up on the leaders. Rather than focusing into our organization, we need to run, we need to produce, and we need to connect, and we need to follow the example and the leadership. And since then, right, we just had a hangout with David Wood, the founder of the company, the top producer, making millions of dollars every year, producing, right, not making millions of dollars because he's skimming off the top of what we're doing, making millions of dollars producing as an affiliate just like us. A lot of people don't know that on the PassUp system, David Wood and David Sharp, they structured this that their sales passed up to fund the company on the exact same system that we're on. It's phenomenal. It is incredible. So rather than, number one, they didn't even skim off of what everyone was doing. They could have said, hey, we're at the top, so at least we don't have to pass up. They said, our system is going to be exactly like everyone else's, and we're going to pass up to the company on the same system. And that's why we have.
That is so amazing.
It is, right? And so, I mean, never before, like when you go to Charlotte, right? This is an important distinction as well. The training that you get is from people who over the last 3-6 months, people who are getting results. Maybe it's a strategy they've been using for a long time, or maybe it's something that's the hottest, newest strategy that someone has figured out for their own business. They've shared it with their team, and then they get invited to teach on stage, not just speak, not just hype, not just motivate. They get invited to teach. It's a workshop. To teach the strategy. So a huge part of my current success comes directly from Chris Rushlow teaching his new member coaching, right? He spent about 45 minutes walking through because he's got incredibly high conversion rate, right? We've got AK taught, he's been in the company for 3 months. He went from waiting tables to making $30,000 in his first month. Making, at the time of the event, 3 months in, he made $94,000. Got up on stage and taught how he did it. Just lined it out step by step, right? These events are where you get the latest training on exactly what's working. So, so you guys, we know there's a difference, right? And it's our responsibility for the company, for our team, for our culture, to create and focus up, right? Now, you may not have, you may be new, and so you're on your way to creating those results. And what we know is, even if you haven't created the results yet and you're new, if you are all in, you've gotten your first all in before Charlotte, and you're at Charlotte, we can confidently say that you are on the rise, and that we should have you in the inner circle of what we're doing, and be personally grooming you and working with you. Now, again, still, that's not hand-holding. That's mentorship. And there's a difference between coaching and hand-holding and mentorship. And we're here to be your mentors because we believe in you. And we know. I mean, just to see, like, Dana just, right, turn it on and just start signing people up and getting her first all-in, I think her first, or you know,
Yep.
Another all-in. Yeah, and it's just like that. It's part of it is learning specific strategies, but the other, you know, the major portion of it is just that decision to make it happen. So that's our culture here, as you guys know. So that's our invitation to you, and we know a lot of you have already fulfilled that and are acting on it, and we are just beyond excited to be with you, to be able to look you in the eye, give you a hug, put our hand on your shoulder, shake your hand, look you in the eye, and say you made it, and just experience the transformation and the explosion that's happening in Charlotte together.
Thanks, Ashley. That was awesome. I'm so pumped to get to the event and see you and the team. It's going to be an amazing 5 days. When are you getting there, by the way?
We're coming in on, I'll be there Thursday to Monday night.
Awesome.
And we're actually leaving early morning.
Kick ass. I can't wait.
Well, thank you, everyone. Yeah, Adam, you want to wrap us up, and then we'll finish up this call, and then we'll see you all in.
That sounds good. You know, Ashley really said it about as well as you can say it. I mean, it's the whole thing with this business is keep it as simple as you can possibly keep it, right? Yet in a way, implement it in a way that can be powerful. You know, one thing I was thinking about today too, just in terms of what really sets Empower Network apart. For those of you that are in network marketing, you know, and in terms of the education that you're getting here and how it positions you, you know, if you've been, like I myself came from network marketing, and the truth is, network marketing is awesome. Empower is really more of a hybrid of affiliate and network marketing. Network marketing is incredible and it's awesome, and I'm grateful for it because it was my introduction to entrepreneurship. When you think about, you know, most of these network marketing companies, if you're in a network marketing company and you love your products, that is fantastic because those products need to get out there to the world, and the network marketing model is a great way to get them out there, right? But for the most part, if you're in a network marketing company, your products are really consumer market products. They're products for consumers. And so everyone that's been in network marketing can relate to this. You're selling products to consumers. In a lot of cases, the people that you bring in that love those products, they're not really business oriented. Right? So you build this team, you've got these product users, and you're building this team, you've got people using the products, and you might be getting some of them into the business, but they're not sticking with it. You know, that's an issue based mostly on the fact that those are consumer market products. So people that are coming in they're responding to a message of like, okay, this juice can help me get healthier. This cleanse can help me get into better shape, or whatever. They're consumer products. The cool thing about Empower, because as Ashley was saying, you know, you're going to attract, you want to attract the right type of people to your business, right? Well, Empower Network positions you with solutions for leaders, for business builders, for entrepreneurs, right? So if you want to attract more people that are going to build the business with you, you want to position yourself as a solution provider for that type of person, for people who are out there looking for opportunity, looking to develop themselves, looking to market their businesses better, right? So Empower Network positions you to actually attract, you know, with a solution that will attract the right type of people. So just as a way of really letting you guys know that, you know, Empower Network is actually going to help you build your other businesses better, but it also positions you in a way to create massive income and work with attracting the type of people that actually want to build a business with solutions that they need. I mean, let's be real. In the era we live in now, it's 2014, people need this education. You know, you know, if you're in network marketing, you've been to that place where you've maybe tired of approaching your friends and family, you've tired of, maybe you've burned through your warm market, you haven't been able to attract leaders. Well, that's what this education teaches you. That's why you need all of it. Because, you know, as we were also talking about, the stuff that you're taught, like three-way calls, whole meetings, hand-holding, it doesn't duplicate. As your team starts to grow, the stuff that you've been doing, it's constantly demanding more of your time. So as you grow, it just doesn't, you can't sustain and actually build a freedom-based business with that stuff. That's why this education is so powerful. So I just wanted to wrap up by just bringing that up because I had a couple people talk to me about how, you know, they have their own companies too. And by all means, keep building those businesses if you're passionate about them. But to get positioned and empower this way, to get these products, is to really put you in a place where you can attract the right type of people who are looking for business education. They're looking to develop as business people. So I just wanted to add that to this whole conversation, reiterate those three things again. Get to the event, get all in, get someone else to bring to the event who's also all in. Focus on that. Focus on that. That's the result you want to create. And with all that said, I think we've made it clear where your focus should be. We're here for you guys, and the reason that we're demanding more now from people is because we know that if you're going to break through in this industry, you have to be willing to do what the large percentage of people don't do. Right? They're not willing to go out of their comfort zone. They're not willing to demand more of themselves. They're content, right? Doing things the way they've always done them. You have to change. You have to become a leader. You have to. And that's really what we're laying out for you, is what it really truthfully takes to stand out, to be in the 2% that create freedom for themselves and for other people. You have to be willing to do this stuff. So I know I just said a lot there, but I love all of you. Genuinely, I really want to see all of you at Charlotte, because it's really going to be an amazing time. We're going to have a really big team there, and it's going to be really fun and exciting for the people that make it. So just do those 3 things, and we look forward to locking arms with you and just having a really, really good time in Charlotte. Ashley, if you want to just add your final thoughts, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, thank you for making it so simple. That's what I love, how your mind works that way. Adam is one of the most incredible, focused, talented marketers that I've ever known, and that's why I mean, it was an honor for me to be able to live so closely with him, and just both of us put our energy together. I mean, both of us, neither of us we were both getting good results. Neither of us were on the leaderboard. We came together, and both of us hit the leaderboard. Not just hit the leaderboard, but got into the top 10 within weeks of us getting together. And we've landed there, maintained that since. And a huge part of that is just because of the way Adam's mind works, and the sincerity in the conversations that we have behind the scenes, in our focus, the love that he has for you, for this worldwide family that we are, for you individually, is just, I mean, it's so inspiring to me, because you know, this is our life, this is our art, you know, this is how we produce income, but this is our purpose, is freedom. And it's the most, it just blows me away to live at this time in humanity. And I'm just so grateful that you're the type of person that you are, and you're leading in freedom. And I mean, I just had a breakthrough from you, Adam, from what you're teaching, about how freaking valuable it is that the product itself that we offer is not just a consumer product. It's a product that draws in and draws out of the world and of network marketing companies, not just the consumers of the product. It draws out the builders from the entire industry, which
Right. Yeah.
which I mean, obviously I've known that, but the clarity of, like, that is such a massive advantage built in to who we're targeting, that it's just another one of those, you know, people are like, how in the heck is this working so good? It's because you take all these little pieces and these facts, like, well, our product actually is designed to suck out the builders and attract the attention of builders in this existing network marketing world. And that's just one tiny aspect. You know, you look at, like, if you're like an old school network marketer looks at it and is like, wait a minute. All I got to do, like, let's think about this, right? All I got to do is have somebody join at $25. It's easy to get someone to join for $25 on the internet. People spend $25 on, right? I literally saw on Facebook, someone bought a Cheeto that was shaped like Chuck Norris for $20 on eBay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
People will spend $25. That's not a big deal. So think about this, and we'll wrap up, right? Old school network marketer. All I've got to do is get somebody to spend $25. I've got all the education teaching me how to find those people. They spend $25, and then I get to find out who are the real leaders that I want to work with and who's serious, because they get a $2,000 discount, and I get a $2,000 commission within 3 days from this person that's brand new, because I did one new member coaching conversation with them.
So simple.
there's nothing like this in the world. Nothing. It's just, yeah. Whatever happened that you got to be here at this moment, congratulations. And I mean, a relatively small, it's like you're coming in brand new. It's like such a small percentage of the market really know about this, but that is changing right now. That's the whole intent of Charlotte in the next 60 days. This is your window, and if you miss this, you will be looking back saying, oh my gosh, it could not have, that was so easy in that window, and now I got to do so much. I wish I just been on it, right? Been on it. So you know what you need to do. If you're not all in, get all in. If you haven't gotten someone all in on your team, get someone all in. If you don't have your ticket to the event, get to the event, get your airplane ticket, get your hotel, so that you can be with us in our mastermind circle, in our elite inner circle, where we're just working with you and teaching you specifically after the event at a special event we're having for you. So thank you everyone for being here, and we will see you soon. We love you.
Love ya.
Pura vida.